Hi, I'm Dr. M Ghosh and welcome to your channel Generous, Gracious and Gallant. For those of you who are visiting for the first time or have not yet subscribed to the channel Generous, Gracious and Gallant on YouTube, let me share a brief history of this channel with you. We started Generous, Gracious and Gallant as a buy invite group on Facebook in 2015, and today that private buy invite only group has over 845 members. On WhatsApp, again a private buy invite only group, we have over 190 members. And on YouTube, which we started in May 2020, keeping in mind mankind's ongoing battle against the infamous COVID-19 virus, today we have over 510 subscribers on the channel. Our mission is to change the thought process and strengthen the moral fiber of the present and coming generations. How do we do this? We share daily inspiration on the Facebook and WhatsApp groups, and we share with you true stories of mankind at its very best on your very own channel, Generous, Gracious and Gallant on YouTube. We encourage the present and future generations to live by the eternal human principles such as honesty, integrity, love, respect, diversity, respect for women. Living by these eternal principles, my friends, will ensure that you will have permanent success in your life. Friends, let me share with you that living by these principles are not an easy task. And most often, when you live by these principles, you choose to make a difference and live by these principles, success normally is very delayed. But when success does arrive at your doorstep, it is of permanent nature. People would find success normally much faster by ignoring these human principles. But then the success is short lived and they are sure to find failure because the success is on a slippery slope. The only permanent success is by following these eternal human principles. So please do join our mission by not only subscribing to the channel but also sharing these videos with your friends and family so that they too live by these eternal carved in stone human principles and invite a life full of success. Today's story, which I'm going to be sharing with you, is about acts of kindness during crisis. All of you, I'm sure, are aware of the Fukushima Daiichi plant nuclear reactor meltdown. This happened on 11th March 2011 when a huge earthquake occurred in Japan at 14:46 hours local time, followed by a huge tsunami at 15:35 local time. All the four nuclear reactors at the power plant in Japan suffered a meltdown, resulting in uncontrolled release of radioactive material in the atmosphere by stream, by contaminated water. Hundreds and thousands of liters of water went into the ocean and leaked into the ground. Also, there was explosions and fire. Over 400-500 times of acceptable limits of radioactive material was recorded in the surrounding area. Over 2 lakh people were evacuated, but they had been affected by these radioactive material leakage. At this point of time, young men and women were struggling to control the leakages. At this point of time, retired men and women, over 200 volunteers over the age of 65, engineers, firemen, cooks, cleaners, all of these banded together and moved out the younger men and women from the power plant and volunteered, called themselves the skilled veteran corps, and went into the power plant to fight this disaster. They said that they had a few years more only to live, and the effects of the radioactive material may not be visible to them before their death. Whereas the young men and women who were there would definitely in their lifetime suffer the after effects, side effects of radioactive material leave, and hence they wanted them to move out to safety. And these so called skilled veteran corps, as they called themselves, put their lives at stake and started fighting this nuclear disaster. There were over 200 such men and women who contributed towards fighting the disaster. Friends, life is valuable and valued by all of us. These older senior citizens could have ignored this as they were already retired, but they banded together 200 such volunteers and chose to move out the younger men and women who were fighting this disaster in Japan so that they could enjoy their lives. And these elderly men, knowing that they were going on to a suicide mission, volunteered for it. This is an amazing story of kindness in the face of crisis. Friends, not all of us can make a difference to thousands of lives as the volunteers, calling themselves the skilled volunteers corps, did in Japan. But all of us, yes, in these times where mankind is facing its critical battle against the infamous COVID-19 virus, need to stand up and be counted. I am a firm proponent of the concept of difference to one. Check out. Millions have been affected by the COVID-19 virus, the infamous virus. Many have faced economic disaster and many more have faced medical difficulties. Many millions have also lost their lives. In these periods, difficult periods, those of us who are relatively unaffected by this virus should scan our neighborhood and find people who have been affected by this, either economically and medically, and go and help out these people. One single act of your kindness will make a difference, which will help mankind in its battle against this infamous COVID-19 virus. Please do make a difference to someone in your community. But while doing so, please ensure that you yourself are safe by following the safety norms such as wearing masks, sanitizing your hands frequently, ensuring that you do not use unwashed hands on your face, mouth and eyes. You always avoid crowded places. Ensure that you are unaffected by the COVID-19 virus. Till we meet again with another awe-inspiring story on your very own channel, Generous, Gracious and Gallant. I request you once again to kindly subscribe to the channel and share it with your friends and family. Also, please do stay safe. Good luck, all the best.